Welcome back to the O Hockey Show, and today we're going to be talking about the crazy trade that just went down that makes your head scratch of why other teams didn't even try to go for it. So let's talk about it. So the New York Rangers have flipped Artemi Panarin to the Los Angeles Kings for Liam Greentree, a conditional 2026 third-round pick, and a 28 fourth-round conditional pick. And, of course, the LA Kings get the sought-after all-star winger Artemi Panarin, who's got 57 points this year in 52 games, and the Rangers retained 50% of that contract. And, of course, to boot with all of this, the LA Kings now get to own Mr. Artemi Panarin for the next 2 seasons after this one, as he signs an extension for 2 years at $22 million, $11 million each of those years. What the hell just happened? Okay, now I'm a Canes fan, I'm a Kraken fan, I'm a few teams fans, okay? And I was kind of hoping for a few of them that they would make this trade. And a lot of people were wondering, they're throwing out these crazy deals, throwing out these crazy ideas out there. And honestly, the Rangers get nothing really for this. The condition on the 26 is that if the Kings win one playoff round, then it's upgraded to a second round pick. The chances of that second-round pick becoming anyone of note in the NHL ever are low. And the chances of this, I don't know what the condition of this one is. I'm sure it's something the same line where it gets upgraded to like a third, is pretty freaking low. That even if it's a first-round pick, that person becomes an NHL caliber player. And then, of course, Liam Greentree. He's fine. He's a 20-year-old. He plays on the Windsor Spitfire, and he's, He's one of these players that I honestly see like a ceiling of like decent second liner to fine third liner. I feel like, and I'm sure everyone who will watch this video, if you've come across this, you're very deep into hockey and you'll disagree with me because you watch these videos and you're hoping for the best out of this. But that is just kind of how he rubs off on me. I think he's going to be a decent player for like 7 seasons, and then we'll never hear from him again. He'll be one of those tossed out players. So to me, it's like, this is the haul. Like, I know we hear rumors and stuff, and rumors mean nothing because they don't mean anything until they happen. Because look at who's on the board. It's the LA Kings, not the Lightning, not the Kraken, not the Hurricanes, not the Panthers, not blah blah blah. That's all we heard about for a few weeks. It's the LA Kings, which, did anyone hear about them? Not really. And so for the Kings, though, they land Artemi Panarin, who is a fine one-dimensional winger on a team that has no really, really decent centermen, and really are in a strange spot of old but also semi-young, and Panarin's 34 years old, and I don't really see him being excited playing on a team that's already kind of on the fringe of making the playoffs. They're 1 point out of a wild card spot right now, and they're third. If they're 3 points away from being third in the Pacific, which all the teams in the Pacific and all the teams that are currently good are all also in that contention. So there's really no team out of it. So this is a world where you see this team just traded for Panarin. Of course, they get an extension, so they have a future with him for a little bit. But this could honestly be a nothing investment that leaves them with no success. This is a trade that you make so you can win more games. I don't see a world where Panarin can effectively play with who the Kings have in Kempe and Byfield and Fiala and make much of that. Those guys are all wingers, right? He's only going to, there's not usually dynamics between winger to winger. It's the winger and the centerman. And they don't have any great centermen. They don't have an amazing, and their Kempe is great and stuff, but these are those fine wingers, I just see this as a strange addition for the LA Kings, in a team that I think are in a similar spot to the New York Rangers, and even less so, because at least the Rangers are in a super strong division where they have to play tight. The Kings are in a division where the freaking Ducks are in a third place spot, where the San Jose Sharks are contending for a wild card spot, right? These are not teams that are the Rangers are in the Met, where all the teams are playing so strong right now, in the Eastern Conference, where the Atlantic Division's dominating, right? The Kings are barely in a playoff spot where the race is way easier than what the Rangers are dealing with. The Kings, in my head, they really need to do kind of the path that the Rangers are on, and they need to be the team that's like, okay, things aren't going great. We got Byfield for the future. Kempe's not too old. Fiala's not too old either, but maybe he's someone you could play around with. But, like, we got Doughty, who still got a little value left, and we can squeeze it out of them. Kemper's a decent goaltender. Maybe we could trade him for something and retool like the Rangers are doing. I think these two teams, these former Stanley Cup finalists against each other, really are in a similar situation in both of their conferences, and they should be doing the same thing. But no, the Kings are trading away Liam Greentree and these future picks for a guy that could help them for 3 seasons. And I don't really see a pathway where they can, like, who are they going to get for a centerman, right? What of these amazing centermen that are currently these potential free agents, they keep going one by one. We already saw McDavid go away. We already saw whoever at this point go away, right? These stacked free agency classes are all one by one getting faded away. Who are the Kings going to bring up that pipeline to be the next centerman? Who are they going to trade for? Who are they blah, blah, blah? And they already don't have a great amount of like youth guys like Liam Greentree to trade away. So this is kind of their, not Hail Mary, but they don't have a whole lot left to keep trading for. So to me, this is a strange trade for the Kings. This is not the team I think that should have been trying to go for it. I can see a world where the Sharks go for it and they have a ton of prospects and they can afford giving up a few of them, or one of them apparently, and take the risk of giving like Celebrini an excellent super offensive player to play with and generate some more points on the board to give them some fun in the beginning of their career. Like, I could see something like that, and like maybe they upset a team like the Avalanche or something in the first round, which would not happen, but at least give them some potential, give them a little bit of help up there. But to me, the Kings, they're not in that situation. This is not a young team. This is a team that is old, but also not too old. And they're also missing great pieces, and that a one-dimensional winger who's not going to have any centerman to help, or even defenseman really from the back end help them either. Yeah, to me, this is a strange trade. The Rangers, I feel like this is probably the best package. I mean, obviously, it's the best package they could have gotten. Obviously, they would have gone with a better bidder if anyone was out there. But I am kind of shocked that there was not anything like how we were hearing about the Kraken when it came to Shane Wright. Like, at least that's like something that could be exciting. But at the same time, I wouldn't like that either. Shane Wright's kind of in that Lafreniere territory where I feel like it's just not going to work out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was really expecting, but for the fact that the Kings get Panarin at 50% off for a rental this season and an extension going forward for only this, I'm sure you're going to disagree with me. Y'all will be in the comments, and you can tell me that Greentree is actually an elite level prospect that's going to really make it big one day, but I don't believe that. And if he does make it big one day, it's going to be way in the future, which is fine for the Rangers, right? But like, he's definitely like 3 years out from, he's in the OHL. Hasn't gotten his AHL season in yet to get used to playing with like adults, and then he maybe breaks the lineup in 2 years, and then maybe becomes decent enough to be an actual lineup player in 3 years. So really, it's like 3 years out still from him being an effective NHL player, which is fine. I don't know why I'm saying this like it's a bad thing. It's a decent thing for the Rangers, I guess, especially for their timeline. So that's fine. But at the same time, I don't know. I would have thought they could have landed something bigger than this, but apparently Panarin was not that highly sought after. But that is all I have to say about this trade between the Rangers and the LA Kings. So yeah, tell me what you think down below. Are you confused by it too? Do you wish your team was able to Oh, that's the other thing. Before I end this, same thing I said about the Kraken, but what about these other teams at Florida and Tampa Bay that wanted him? You're telling me they couldn't have coughed up one similar trade to this? We know Florida and Vegas and all these teams, they can just figure out how to make cap situations work. You're telling me none of them teams could have figured out this trade? I don't buy it. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. Until next time, too sweet. Have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.